The blizzard had passed, leaving silence in its wake. Snow fell in soft whispers now, blanketing the mountain pass with a pristine stillness. The wind, once a ravenous beast howling through the cliffs, had calmed, leaving behind only the occasional moan through narrow crags. Syria knelt in the snow, her knees buried in the cold white as she held her daughter close to her chest. Her skin, once a light blue flush of life, was now rimmed with frost. Her long silver hair clung to her shoulders, damp and frozen at the ends. Her cloak, stitched with the patterns of her people, was torn and dusted with ice. The child nestled in her arms was too still. Syria's voice trembled as she sang, "Rest, little star, the night is deep. The snow shall cradle you to sleep. Dream of sun that warms the skies. Beyond the wind, beyond goodbyes." Her voice cracked, she swallowed, pressing her lips to her daughter's forehead. A flicker of warmth, so faint, still clung to the girl's skin. She rocked gently, as though her movement alone might call her child back from the edge. They had fled too late. The humans had come early this season. Hunters, seeking creatures of legend, and they had called her kind by darker names. Witches, frost maidens, monsters. The ancient treaty between species, honored for decades, had crumbled under fear and superstition. Syria and the child had been chased from their village. The men had torches. One had laughed when he lit their home. One less snow witch to worry about. Now her daughter Malin, no more than 5 winters old, lay limp in her arms, breathing in stuttering, shallow gulps. She had given her cloak, her boots, her warmth, all of it to Malin. Syria's own fingers were blue, her lips numb. She hadn't eaten in 2 days. There was no one left to turn to, no shelter, no more chances. Only the lullaby remained. "Sleep, my heart, beneath the moon. The morning's touch shall find you soon." The sound, the crunch, her heart lurched. She turned, her muscles stiff, and spotted movement through the snowfall. A man, human, approached. He wore thick leathers, a fur-lined cloak, and a red sash at his belt. His boots crushed through the snow with slow, cautious steps. A sword hung from his side, sheathed but close. Syria shifted, shielding Malin with her body, her expression fierce despite her trembling limbs. The man stopped several paces away, raising his gloved hands. "I'm not here to harm you," he said, voice soft but firm. She said nothing. Her breath came in misty huffs. "I heard singing," he continued. "Didn't expect anyone alive up here. Are you frostborn?" Syria's jaw tightened. "You know what I am." "I don't care." He took another step, slowly. "The war, it's madness. I never believed in it." "Then why are you here?" she spat, her voice hoarse. "To finish what your kind started?" He shook his head. "To find survivors, to help them." "The lies?" "No." He knelt slowly in the snow, still keeping his distance. "My name is Kael. I'm not with the others. I left them. I saw what they did to your village. It was wrong." Syria blinked, struggling to focus. The cold tugged at her thoughts like a tide, slow and relentless. "She's dying," she whispered, barely audible. Kael's gaze shifted to the child, and his features softened. "We need to get her warm." "There's no time." Syria cradled Malin tighter, a tear freezing against her cheek. I tried everything." "I have supplies," Kael said urgently. "Blankets, firestones, dried food. Please, let me help." Syria hesitated. The old laws of her people warned against trusting humans. But her daughter's life, outweighed all legends. She nodded. Just once. Sale moved quickly, pulling a bundle from his pack. He produced a small orb and struck it against the side of his canteen. Instantly, heat radiated from it. Soft, golden warmth that melted the snow around them. He laid a thick blanket over Malin and handed Syria a strip of dried meat. "Eat, you need your strength." She stared at him, then bit into the food. Her hands trembled violently. Kao knelt beside her, gently placing his warm hands on Malin's icy ones. The child stirred. Syria gasped, her eyes widening. Malin's lashes fluttered. A small breath, stronger this time, escaped her lips. "She's still here," Kao murmured, relief washing over him. Syria bowed her head, tears falling freely now. They sat in silence for long minutes, the firestone glowing between them. Finally, Syria whispered, "Why did you come back? To the mountains?" Ciel looked away, his face shadowed. "I was raised to believe the frostborn were monsters, but when the village burned, I saw children, elders, families, not beasts. I couldn't forget that." Syria studied him. "So you chose exile." "I chose truth." He turned to her. "And now I choose to help." The snow had stopped falling. The sky above cracked open with sunlight, golden rays painting the cliffs in soft hues. Syria looked down at Malin, who now clung to her weakly, eyes barely open but aware. "You saved her," she said. "No," Kale replied. "You did. I only helped." They stayed there until the firestone dimmed. Then Kale helped Syria to her feet, supporting her as they began the slow descent down the mountain path. Below the cliffs, nestled in a hidden glade, was a small outpost Kale had built. A refuge. Food, warmth, and safety waited there, not just for humans, but for anyone forgotten by war. Weeks passed. Spring crept into the highlands, shy and slow. Snow melted in glittering streams, and green returned to the edges of the land. Within the safety of Kyle's outpost, Malin regained her strength. She ran again, laughing in the garden, her frost-born hair catching the sunlight. Syria watched her with a smile that still carried sorrow, but also hope. Hale remained close, though never imposing. He hunted, gathered, and taught Malin to whittle wooden animals by the fire. Slowly, trust grew where suspicion had once taken root. One evening, as the wind sang gently through the pines, Saria approached Kale by the edge of the clearing. "She asks for you now," she said. "When she wakes, when she's afraid." "I'm glad," Kale said quietly. Syria looked at him. "We lost so much, but in the snow, something was given back." He met her gaze, steady and calm. "A beginning?" She nodded. Then she sang. Not the song of sorrow, but one of hope, soft and strange and beautiful. A lullaby not of endings, but of new journeys yet to come.